of
January
The View
6th was
today.
an atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history, like World War II, things that happened, like the Holocaust, chattel slavery.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, here we go. Take a look at this. Our girl, Sunny.
Donald Trump will be sworn in as the 47th president of the United States, yay, on January 20th of this month. Not everyone's happy about it, and many people would like us to be more focused on the insurrection that he personally unleashed, if you ask them. As we discussed earlier, they think it's as bad as like the Holocaust, and you don't have to take my word for it. Here is Sunny Hostin of
January
The View
6th was an
today.
atrocity. It was one of the worst moments in American history. And when you think about the worst moments in American history, like World War II, things that happened, like the Holocaust, chattel slavery.
Yeah, the January 6th is right up there next to the Holocaust and slavery.
What do you think about Jeffrey Epstein?
Epstein was a CIA Mossad.
That's another interesting video, but we're not going to go that way. Sunny Hostin. This is why I'm getting ready to, I told you, Leslie, I was getting ready to do it. I'm getting ready to generalize. Well, I guess this is different because I'm talking about, well, y'all here. This is why the Democrats lost. This is why the Democrats lost. One of the many reasons, maybe, or one of the few reasons. I don't know. Maybe it's a few reasons, but real big reasons. Y'all keep running around. And this is the same question that I've been telling. If you think January 6th was an insurrection, I've talked to plenty of people that tell me January 6th was an insurrection. I don't see how it was an insurrection. I don't see it's an insurrection. They came with no guns. Okay, cool. All right. But let's act as if January 6th was an insurrection. Why are you, the same people that believe it was an insurrection, why are you not passionate about finding out the involvement of the January 6th FBI operatives? Uncle Brother made it clear on the last show. That would be my one question. Now, we're not going to go into that because we already took a deep dive into that on the last show. But my question is this, or maybe my statement is this. Why is it so that these situations are referred to chattel slavery, the Holocaust, and World War II? Now, I used to hear a whole lot of people say, hey, Dad, what did Trump, he used a lot of hyperboles, right? I don't know if he can hear me. Everybody say Trump used a lot of hyperboles. This woman just referenced January 6th and said it was like the Holocaust, one of the worst days in American history. Do you know how many people died during the Holocaust? Millions of people died. Didn't over 6 million people die with the Holocaust? Do you know how many people died on January 6th? 1. And she was part of the insurrection, right? The quote unquote insurrection. Do you know what, like, so the woman whose family was found out to be owning slaves, because they did the study and Sunny Hostin's family owned slaves. That same woman, she's referring January 6th and saying it's just as bad as what her family did in owning slaves. But let's keep in mind, this is the same group that blames slavery for everything, right? All of our problems in America, let's just blame slavery. It all started with slavery, so therefore we're owed. We need reparations. We need our 40 acres and a mule, or at least another stimulus check. We'll take whatever, right? All these things, right? Why are we like? Do we realize that how? Even when you sit back and like listen to what Joy Taylor said about Black women having to work twice as hard to get half the opportunity. I'm sorry, but I look at Sunny and I'm just like, she's an attorney. She's a former prosecutor. It's very hard for me to believe that she had to be twice as good, or that she could have been twice as good at anybody and anything. I'm being honest. She's on one of the most popular shows in daytime television, maybe the most popular shows. But they run around like victims, right? Run around like victims. January. This is it's like so disrespectful to comparing it to World War II. So you compare it to World War II, slavery, and the Holocaust. How many people died in that versus how many people were injured in this insurrection? But we're not done yet. We're not done yet. I thought that this video that I'm getting ready to play y'all. So I got to go back and forth a little bit. Because we're going to play a clip of Officer Tatum's video, because we got to get the beginning of that. Hold on. Let me make sure I got it. We got to play the beginning of that, and then we're going to move over to another video. So hold on. Officer Tatum, where you at, baby? Here you go. All right. So we're going to play just the beginning of this one, and then I'm going to move over to another video that I want y'all to see. All right, where are you? Here you go.
And they're talking about threatening him with insurance fraud. I would say you could get about 20 years in prison. So that's a death.
So she's talking about her husband. So her husband, orthopedic surgeon. Let me make sure that I got it queued up for y'all. All right, hold on. Now I like this view, so we're going to rock out with this. Her husband is an orthopedic surgeon, was named in a lawsuit, insurance fraud, and some other stuff. Let's take a look. Let's start the video from the beginning again.
You know, doctors suffer because of big corporations as well. Doctors that want to do good, like my husband, operates on someone even though they don't have insurance. What? And they're talking about threatening him with insurance fraud. I would say you could get about 20 years in prison. So that's a death sentence for him.
All right, hold on. We're going to stop there. Hold on. We're going to fast forward a little bit, and then we're going to move on to a different part of the video.
For this one. I've been waiting my whole life for this one. The man that's up here saying Donald Trump is a felon.
It's something that I'm still struggling with, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on, is how did a convicted felon resonate more with Americans than a hyper-qualified woman of color? I mean, I just didn't like the optics of a convicted felon sitting in the White House near a fireplace. Now, as Whoopi said, that we have a convicted felon in the White House. Those questions should not be asked of anyone, anytime, anywhere.
You say people who are felons can't vote. Well, why are you letting them run the country? Why is that that's protocol? What's the deal? So
if he gets convicted, every single convicted felon in this country should be able to vote. Well, you think there should also be some soul searching on the Republican side, who need to analyze why they would nominate a convicted felon who ran on lies, threats of retribution, and concepts of a plan.
Donald Trump is a felon. How y'all gonna elect a felon? He 5,500 felony charges.
All right, hold on. All right, Officer Tatum. Hold on. There is some irony there, you got to admit. There is some irony. So let's break down what actually happened, and then, I'll get y'all opinion on it. He's not indicted. He's not arrested, as far as what I know, but he was named in a lawsuit. Let's take a look. Oh, no, sorry, I wasn't. My fault. I thought I was sharing it. Hold on. Where is it? Here we go.
The View co-host Sunny Hostin's husband, Emmanuel Hostin, has been accused of federal insurance fraud. According to a new lawsuit obtained by Page Six, the orthopedic surgeon was one of 200 defendants named in one of the biggest racketeer influenced and corrupt organization cases ever filed in New York. Emmanuel was accused of federal insurance fraud and, quote, getting kickbacks by performing surgery and billing a company that insured taxi companies and Uber and Lyft drivers. According to the documents, he knowingly provided fraudulent medical and other healthcare services, including arthroscopic surgeries. The insurance firm, American Transit, was then billed in exchange for kickbacks and other compensation, which were disguised as dividends or other cash distributions. Emmanuel denied the allegations via a statement through his lawyer, telling Daily Mail that his client, quote, denies each and every allegation and that the lawsuit is a blanket, scattershot, meritless lawsuit by a near bankrupt insurance carrier.
Just want to start off by saying nobody's above the law. Nobody's above the law. It's, I'll be honest, as much as I want to laugh at Sonny, I don't like anybody getting in trouble like that. But yeah. All right. So a situation like this. So this is my field. This is the field that I'm in. This is who I work with. So, and to be totally fair, with a lot of these lawsuits, when they happen against these orthopedic surgeons, they will pretty much round up everybody. So they'll round up everybody. And a lot of the things that he is getting accused of, like there was a doctor that I used to be cool with. He just got accused of like something crazy. It was like working with the this is going to sound crazy, but he was accused of working with, like, I think it was the Russian mob, they said, and staging injuries in or car accidents. So, and just so y'all know, this happens. So this happens. This is a thing where I've been in meetings where people come in and they have like an accident list of people who recently got in accidents or whatever. What ends up happening, this is what a lot of people do. A lot of people will jump in a car. There'll be like 3 or 4 of them in a car, and an accident is staged, and that's way they bleed the insurance company. They say that they have to have surgery, and I've been in a lot of these surgeries. So I now work outside the surgery room. Like I'm not in the operating room. When I remember being at a surgery center in the Bronx. I'm not going to say the name of it. This surgery center in the Bronx, and I've told this story maybe years ago, but normally with a surgery, you have a scope, a shoulder scope. They go in there, even if they don't repair any ligaments, they're just cleaning it up. You may have some damaged tissue, or they'll take a just like kind of like a very small blade and just clean it up. So to prevent you from having any issues, it's really just them just cleaning it up. Or other times they'll have to operate where, let's say you tear your shoulder. When you pop your shoulder out, you tear your labrum. That's what allows your shoulder to come out of socket. Your labrum keeps your shoulder in socket. Same thing with your hip. Same thing. So I remember being in the waiting room, waiting for a surgery. They were like, yo, you got like 8 surgeries before you. It was more than that. And I told them, I was like, oh, I got 8 surgeries. I'm thinking that's going to take hours, because a scope normally takes, repair is going to take anywhere from an hour, hour and a half. But just a regular scope take 30, 45 minutes. And then they got to turn over the room, do whatever. So that takes a while. So I'm literally thinking I have hours. I remember running down to Arthur Ave and getting some food and coming back. And I remember them running into the room and saying like, yo, where you been? Like, yo, your case has been up. And I'm like, my case? Like, y'all told me we had it was more than 8, but let's say it was 8. Y'all told me we had 8 surgeries before. And I went into the room and the doctors were in there, and there would be the doctor, the PA would already have cut your shoulder. So a lot of times you think you're getting your surgery done by the surgeon. It's the physician's assistant. The surgeon a lot of surgeons may not even touch you, to be totally honest. It is what it is. I'm being honest with y'all. I've seen it. So then not only does the surgeon not touch you much, the physician assistant, they probably opened it up. They may have looked in there a little bit. The surgeon may not even be in the room. The surgeon may be in the other room, because they usually bounce between 2 rooms to brace time. So you got the PA, he'll open your shoulder up, doctor come in there, look at your scope. And then I guess doctors probably get mad at me saying this. It is what it is. The good ones won't. So then the doctor may come in there and, let's say, just look, and go right to the next room. Meanwhile, the PA has already gone into the next room, got the next patient, and it's in and out. And the reason why they have surgery, as soon as you puncture, make an incision, then that means that they can code that out to your insurance company. They can bill your insurance company with a particular code that can pay them thousands of dollars, depending on your insurance, thousands of dollars for saying that you were injured, and they can say that they operated on you simply by cutting and going in there and looking. Therefore, they're charging the insurance a lot of money. Insurance doesn't want to pay it. Now they're paying out more money, and it impacts everybody, whether you have surgeries or not. So when you sit here and wonder like how the insurance companies are making so much money, but and you're not even using your insurance, and your payments are still going up, this is one of the reasons why they go up. Now, the insurance company, they could be greedy. They just want their margins to be what they want. So they may be being greedy, but this is another reason. The insurance companies now have to pay out to the doctor, to the surgery center, to both. They got the facility fee and then the professional fee that goes to the doctor. They have to pay these things out. So when they pay these out, they're paying for an amount as if you actually had a real surgery. And they'll say that they did all type of stuff in your shoulder. Really, all they did was look at it, move on to the next one. Just telling y'all what it is. That's what I've seen. So you get a lot of these centers, let's say where this center is coming under review. So this insurance company may say all the doctors that were involved with this insurance at this surgery center, we're naming the surgery center, we're naming all the doctors. So they lump everybody in one category. So to be fair, just because you are named in a lawsuit does not mean, right? Innocent until proven guilty. I got to keep the same energy, right? So just because you're named in something does not mean that you're actually guilty of it. Does not even mean that you had anything to do with it. However, they lump everybody in. I don't know if this is the case with her husband. I think it's just a little funny the way that they mashed up those videos. It is what it is. And because I just don't like Sunny, I don't got no issue with her husband. Well, no, I don't got no issue with her husband. Never met her husband, obviously. But I just thought that was something that a little bit of irony there. So y'all probably looking at it like, why did he just even tell that story? Because I felt like telling the story. Because it's just funny. I can't stand Sunny. And when I get the chance to take a shot at Sunny, I meant like a verbal shot. Got to be clear on here, right? Got to be clear. Yeah, that's just what I was saying. So that's just my little story. So be careful. For all y'all, be careful. Don't get caught up in any of these schemes when these doctors try to start giving you prescriptions or start trying to give you shots. Just remember, they want to give you all these things to advance your treatment. So when they advance your treatment, they're more likely to be able to set you up for a surgery, because an insurance company, they just don't okay a surgery. That's why you have to go to physical therapy first. They want to see that you got injured, but you're actually trying to get it healthy, and that surgery is the last resort. So once surgery becomes the last resort, and they call it working up a case. So you have to work up the case, which means you have to go through all these steps for the insurance to okay paying for your procedure. So you're going to work through all these things. And when the doctor starts saying, hey, I think you need a shot. I think you need this. So that way they can eventually tell the insurance companies that, hey, the shot didn't work. That painkiller didn't work. They're still in pain. They're still going through it. You're going to be in pain whether you have surgery or not in a lot of cases. My energy is always, if you think you have to have surgery, then you don't. And I think my dad has said this before. You know when you have to have surgery. You know when you have to have surgery. If you just think you may have to have surgery, you don't. You'll know. That's how I would look at surgery. I would never want to, especially if you're going under anesthesia. I would never chance that if I was y'all. Keep in mind, the reason why the doctors want to work you up to the surgery, that's their highest ticket items. So whether you're shopping at the mall, whether you're shopping for a car, whatever it may be, if you go into any store and somebody has a product that they're trying to sell you, they're going to try to sell you the most expensive option. It just is what it is. So just a little something to look out for. It's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe.
And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.